Yo, what up guys, I'm Sammy.
And I'm Lucas.
And welcome back to Patched, and today we're going to be reviewing the Roccat Pyro mechanical keyboard. And this keyboard is going for $100, so I guess that's like I get mid-tier pricing kind of, right? Not like super expensive. There's some keyboards that are like $200, right?
Yeah, for a pre-built keyboard, I would say it's like kind of average.
Yeah, kind of average. So if you guys do want to get it, we'll leave a link in the description box. But let's get it started off with the bottom of the keyboard. And on the bottom, we got 6 feet with an adjustable kickstand with, it's just one adjustable height. So that feels very, very nice. And moving on to the actual chassis.
Yeah, so the chassis itself, around the outside, we have plastic here. And then on the inside, it's going to be brushed aluminum, so it does have a little bit of weight to it. So I would say the brushed aluminum is essentially where it counts, which is going to be under the keys there. And so that's probably done with the intention of not only build quality, but just sound as well. Helps a little bit with that. And now the chassis of this doesn't actually lift up along the side of the keys, keeping in all the sound or the RGB. It's just sort of very open.
Also, we got a very trusty palm rest, and this is the exact same thing that's found on their $60 membrane keyboard. And for $100, I mean, come on, can't we just get a little bit of something, you know? Like, we're getting this, like, it's literally just plastic with like little ribs on it. There's no foam, there's no anything on here. So I mean, I don't really think anyone would ever use this. It just gives you a little bit of height, I guess, for your palms, but it doesn't really feel very nice as far as comfort goes. You just kind of snap it on here and you take it off, but I don't know.
I don't think the wrist rest was worth putting in the box,
yeah,
if I'm honest with you. I think putting a few rocks under your wrists would be still more comfortable.
Damn, okay.
But this guy, just tear the wrist rest off of there and it's good to use.
Exactly.
So.
All right, as far as the actual kind of like media keys, we have a volume rocker, which feels nice. It's kind of like it's a turn knob, and it has nice tactile steps. I don't know if you guys can hear that. Feels pretty nice.
So as far as the switches go, we've got these TTC linear switches in here, and they are red. So the actuation point of these is at 2 millimeters, and then the total actuation distance is going to be 4 millimeters. So about halfway through your press down is going to be where it actually actuates. And it feels all right. It's not like too soon of an actuation point. It just kind of feels like a regular cherry red. And then the actuation force for this guy is 45 grams.
Yeah, and I like linear switches personally, and I feel like these feel pretty nice. Like if you guys want to hear it, So it feels pretty nice. Especially if you like linear switches. I mean, Lucas, you don't really like linear switches. So.
Yeah, I'm more of a tactile guy myself, which I know gets a lot of hate right now. It's very in to like linear switches, but personally, I prefer tactile. I didn't really mind these guys. They didn't feel like the worst linears that I felt.
So right now, as we know, they only come with linear switches. Hopefully, soon they will have tactile switches and stuff like that. But right now, from our knowledge, they only have linear switches for this specific keyboard.
Yep. And then as far as I asked them as well, if there were going to be any other form factors for this, because this is a full-size keyboard coming with the arrow keys and the number pad, which I actually kind of liked having a number pad again. It's been a while. But they said they don't have any plans currently to add any new form factors. So I'm assuming it's going to be dependent on how well this does in the market, whether or not they're going to make more form factors for it. So I think it'd be nice to see this guy in a 65%.
Or just put this freaking thing on the left side. Thank you. Just please, guys. Every single full-size keyboard that I get, I'm going to say put this entire number pad and arrow key here on the left side, so it's not annoying. I feel like that's the only reason why gamers like 60% keyboards better, because it's just so much smaller, right? So, yeah. But I guess some gamers go like this and play like this, so that doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
But for me, I'm a noob and I play like this, so.
Well, my problem is, like, even though I have a giant desk, I still don't have the space, because like I'm using 2 PCs. So I've got another keyboard right here,
yeah,
and then I've got an audio interface right here. So it's like I can get like maybe this far, but I can't get much farther than that. So it's like I feel like you shouldn't have to do that. But yeah, just screw over the left-handed people and just put all of this on this side.
Yes,
because they've had it too good for too long.
Exactly.
All right?
Screw the left-handed guys. No, just kidding. All right, as far as the keycaps go, I'm guessing it's ABS. They don't really feel like PBT to me, but it doesn't feel like super like like slippery or anything. You know, it has a nice little coating, like soft coating on it. It grips your finger pretty well, and you also have a nice indent to kind of like caress and hug your finger while you're gaming. One thing that I don't like about the keys though is that it picks up oil. You can definitely see it, and it's kind of dirty, and it gets really dirty very, very quickly. So you have to constantly wipe. Like I find, like I have dirty fingers, I have sweaty fingers. Lucas has very sweaty fingers as well.
That's true.
And I found myself wiping because I was like, "Ew, that's kind of nasty." So like, just watch out for that if you have like dirty, sweaty ass hands. But if you have clean hands, you should be fine. And these keys kind of feel pretty nice. Not super quality, but not super cheap either.
Yeah, I don't know. I would actually challenge someone who thinks they don't have like sweaty or oily hands to try and use this without getting oils on there, because I genuinely think that just the natural oils that come out of your hands are just gonna leave it there, and especially if it catches the light wrong, it's just like you're like, ooh, ooh, and you kind of gotta wipe it off with your shirt.
That's why you game in a dark room, okay?
Exactly.
All right, as far as the RGB goes, they also have their IMO kind of like software on this keyboard, so it's actually pretty cool. So like when you type, the actual keys can glow kind of like where you type, so that's actually pretty cool. I feel like it's patented and specific to Roccat. But anyways, the RGB is actually quite bright, not as bright as like the Vulcans, but the shine through is pretty bright. But most of this keyboard is black, so it kind of like absorbs a lot of that RGB, a lot of that color. So it's kind of hard to see, as opposed to if this like kind of plate was like a lighter color, like white or something. But other than that, the shine through is pretty bright as well, and the RGB looks pretty great.
Yeah, and to be clear about that, we are literally just nitpicking. Like this is
we don't care.
A pretty good, like it's a good keyboard for $100.
Yeah.
And I feel like the $100, the reason it's $100 is likely because it's full size and you're getting like the media, like the volume rocker. So if that's not something like you're interested in, I feel like you are definitely going to be paying a premium for those extra features that are on there, whether or not you want them.
All right, so wrapping things up, for $100, would you recommend this?
So I'm gonna disregard the fact that I don't like the form factor of this keyboard, because I'm just gonna assume I'm in the market for a full size keyboard, right? And I'm looking at this one for $100. I don't mind it. I really don't mind it. I think it's quality where it needs to be. But as far as the options out there go, I feel like you need to really shop on what you want as the user. So if you don't like this form factor, shop for a different form factor. If you don't like the red linear switches on there, you need to shop for switches that you do like on a keyboard. That being said, this has all the features you would need in a full-size keyboard. It's got good RGB, you can see all the RGB through it, it's got good media controls on there, and the software is very responsive and easy to use. So I think for $100, it's worthwhile if you're looking for red switches and a full-size keyboard.
Yes, I completely agree with Lucas. And I actually kind of enjoyed playing with it. It's just that I don't like full-size keyboards, because I don't like going like this and playing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'd rather go like this. I don't know, it just feels a lot more comfortable for me personally. So disregarding the form factor, then yes, I would also recommend it. Of course, there are a lot of options out there, so keep in mind with what you want and pick accordingly. So anyways, if you guys do want to get this, we'll leave a link in the description box. But that's it. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next one.
See you in the next one.